So this is the assignment. Like, tell me what is the problem number?
Question 2, sir.
Question 2. This one only, no? An object is projected with a velocity
Yes, sir.
of 30 meters per second with a vertical. Find the maximum height, time of flight, and the horizontal range. See, projected with velocity. I think there is a data missing in this.
Yes, sir. Angle should be there.
Angle should be given. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think there is data missing. Let me look at it. At an angle 30 degrees with a vertical. Okay. At an angle, you can make a note of it. 30 degrees with the vertical. So the question is like this. With 30 degrees with the vertical, you take this as theta and apply the formula and solve it. H max is equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. In the place of theta, what should you substitute?
60.
You should substitute 60 and then solve. Don't substitute 30 because all the derivations are made with respect to the horizontal. Okay. So these many meter per second. Similarly, time of flight 2u sine theta by g, and the horizontal range is u square sine 2 theta by g. Next problem.
Fourth one, sir.
There is a boy stands at 9.2 meters from a building and throws a ball which just passes through the window 19.6. What happened? Fourth one only, no?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
I had a problem while submitting it.
Who is this? Atul?
Atul. Yes, sir.
I'll look at it later. I saw your message. I'll discuss after the class.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So there is a boy who stands at a distance of 39.2 meters from a building. So there is a building and throws a ball which just passes through the window 19.6 meter above the ground. Calculate the velocity of the projection of the ball. So this is 19.6 meter. There is a window over here. There is a ball which is projected which just passes the window and hits here. And how much is this distance? It is 39.2 meter. Calculate the velocity of projection of the ball. So if this is theta and this is u, how to solve this step? Okay. So this is going to be the maximum height, right? So if this is 39.2 meter, how much will this be?
49.2.
It is same 39.2 meter. So R is how much?
78.2.
Because this is going to be the maximum height. No? It is just passing through the window. So you need to set the angle of projection and theta in such a way that the object is able to cross this maximum height.
So we can use R is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g.
Yeah, R is equal to u square sine 2 theta divided by g. Okay. Now in this case, what is happening is R is equal to 2h. Right? If R is equal to 2h, can you calculate what is the value of theta? Can you guys calculate and tell me? We have done similar kind of problems many times.
$45 degrees.
So did you get it? Theta is
Yes,
equal
sir.
to, so theta will be 45, that is right. So when you substitute theta is equal to 45 here, That is u square sine 90 divided by g is 10. This is 78.4. So u square is equal to 784, which implies u will be equal to root of 784 meter per second. That is going to be the answer.
Sir, how theta is 40 degrees, sir?
R is equal to 2h. Solve it. No. R is equal to 2h sine theta divided by g is equal to 2 times u square sine square theta divided by 2g. So g and g will get cancelled. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. U square is gone. So sine 2 theta is nothing but 2 sine theta cos theta is equal to sine square theta. Now solve this, you will get the answer. Sorry, no 2, no, what is 1? So sine theta, 1 sine theta will get cancelled. Tan theta is equal to 1. So theta is equal to 45 degrees. We have solved similar kind of problems, no? R is equal to 2h. Actually, 1 minute. Wait. R is equal to how much? See, R is how much? 39.2 plus 39.2 it is 78.4, and maximum height is 19.6. So, what is the value of R? R will be 4h. I'm sorry. If it is 4h, calculate what is the value of theta.
30.
No. R is equal to 4h. So, R is equal to 4h means u square sine 2 theta divided by g is equal to 4 into h is u square sine square theta divided by 2g. So u square and u square, g and g are gone. 2 sine theta cos theta is equal to 2 sine square theta. So sine and sine will get cancelled, 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Now tan theta will be equal to 1, theta will be equal to 45 degrees. Is this clear? So
Yes,
substitute
sir.
all these values, you will get the answer. Next question.
Ninth question, sir.
15th.
Okay. So 9th and then
11th also, sir.
15th
Even
question.
15th, sir.
15th, sir.
okay, 9th is clearer. Everyone could do it.
No, sir. I couldn't get the answer.
Okay, anyone else who has solved it, can you tell me how to do? So there is a ball which is thrown at an angle theta and another ball is thrown at an angle 90 minus theta with the horizontal direction from the same point with velocity 39.2 meter, okay, meter per second. The second ball reaches 50 meter higher than the first ball. Find the individual heights. So if the angles of projection are complementary of each other, provided the initial velocity is the same, what will happen to their range?
The range will be equal.
So R1 will be equal to R2.
But sir, it's not mentioned that velocity will be equal, sir.
With velocity, they've given, no? From the same point, with velocity 39.2 meter per second means it is applicable to both the balls. They didn't mention with velocity 39.2 and 39.8 respectively, nothing like that. So when they mention it like this, both are thrown with the same velocity. Okay. So the second ball reaches 50 meter higher than the first ball. So H1 is equal to the second ball reaches 50 meter higher than the first ball. So H2
H2 minus H1.
H1
Yeah.
plus 50, can I write it like this? Yeah, you can write H2 minus H1 is also 50. That is also right. So H2 is nothing but u square sine square theta divided by 2g. So H2 is how much? 90 minus theta, correct? So sine square of 90 minus theta is equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g plus 50. So all the values are given. See, since u is given as 39.2, 39.2 is a multiple of 9.8. Okay, so take the value of g as 9.8. Though mentioned, even if it is not mentioned, you should be able to think this point. So it is 39.2 into 39.2 into what? 39.2 into 39.2 into cos theta, the whole divided by
Cos
2
square
into
theta,
9.8. Cos square, sorry. Cos square theta is equal to, 39.2 into 39.2 into sine square theta divided by 2 into 9.8 plus 50. So this 9.8 and this will get cancelled 4 times. This will go 2 times. 4 times, 2 times. So 39.2 into this is 78.4 into cos square theta minus sine square theta is equal to 50. Is this clear till this step? What is cos square theta minus sin square theta?
Cos 2 theta.
Very good. So cos 2 theta, this is equal to 50 divided by 78.4. So once you get this, then 2 theta will be equal to cos inverse of 50 by 78.4, and theta will be 1 by 2 into cos inverse of 50 divided by 78.4.
No doubt, sir.
So you don't need cos 2 theta. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, how did we replace h in the place of r, sir?
Sorry,
How did we replace h in the place of r, sir?
where did I replace h in the place of r?
R1 is equal to R you wrote, no, sir. Then
No, I told R1 is equal to R2 because I looked at the angles and I explained it. I told when theta is, one is theta and one is 90 minus theta with same velocity. This is an indirect information that is hidden.
no, sir. How you write h2 is equal to h1 plus 50, sir?
There they have given, no, the second ball reaches 50 meters higher than the first ball. Second ball reaches 50 meters higher than the.
Both are equal, sir.
How will?
How they both are equal, sir?
Which are equal, right? H2 is equal to H1 plus 50.
Yes, sir.
Height of the second ball is equal to height of the first ball plus 50. I've just converted that into a mathematical statement. The second ball reaches 50 meters higher than the first ball. Okay, see, but yeah, actually what they're asking in their individual height, since you got the value of cos 2 theta, okay, now since you got the value of cos 2 theta, find their individual heights means you can apply the formula u square sin square theta. Wait, see, this involves a little bit of trigonometry. How many of you got the answer?
Got, sir.
Is it Rohan?
Atul.
Atul, yeah. How did you do
Got,
Atul?
sir.
So cos 2
1
theta 50 by 78.
1 minus 2 sin square theta.
That's it. 1 minus 2
Sir,
sin
we can
square.
use 1 minus.
Very good. 1 minus 2 sin square theta is equal to 50 divided by 78.4. So 2 sin square theta will be equal to 1 minus 50 divided by 78.4. So 70, that is 28.4. That is 28.4 divided by 78.4. So sin square theta will be equal to 14.2 divided by 78.4. Both are divisible by 2. Solve it. Okay. Once you get sin square theta, use it in this place. That will give you the value of
0.1.
h1. Am I right? Similarly, once you get sin square theta, use sin square theta is nothing but 1 minus cos square theta. That is 14.78.4. So once you get cos square theta, 1 minus 14.2 divided by 78.4. Once you get the value of cos square theta, use it in the place of h2. So you'll
Sir,
get
we
this.
can add 50 to the end.
You can add 50 to that. That also will give you the answer. Okay. Clear? Shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Now, which one did you say? 11th.
10th.
10th.
Yes, sir.
If R is the horizontal range for theta inclination and H is the maximum height reached by the projectile, show that the maximum range is given by. Okay. So if theta is the angle of inclination and H is the maximum height, so we need to prove R max is so when it is projected with an inclination theta, let the initial velocity be u. If you look at the final expression, it doesn't have u in it. So what is the formula for u? R is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. Let this be equation number 1. That is what this R stands for. And small h is the maximum height. Small h is equal to u square sine square theta divided by 2g. Let this be equation number 2. Okay. Now what are they asking? Show that the maximum range is given by r square by 8h plus 2h. So what is r square by 8h? R square is u power 4 sine square 2 theta divided by g square, the whole divided by 8 into h is how much? U square sine square theta divided by 2g. Is it clear till this step? I just substituted the values. I did nothing. So g square and g square, 1 u square is gone. So sine square 2 theta means it is 4 sine theta cos theta into u the whole divided by g the whole divided by 4 sine square theta. So 4 and 4 are gone, 1 sine theta is gone. So this will be u cos theta divided by sine theta. Did I miss something? U cos theta divided by sine theta. Wait. 4 sine square theta into cos square theta into u. Are you people clear with this step? Did you understand what I did? So I wrote the formula sine 2 theta as 2 sine theta cos theta and squared it. So it became 4 sine square theta into cos square theta. So sine square theta and sine square theta are gone. So here you have a cos square theta. So what is left out? U cos square theta divided by g. Sorry, u square cos square theta divided by g. What is the value of 2h? 2 into u square sine square theta divided by 2g. So 2 and 2 are gone. So u square sine square theta divided by g. So what are they asking? R square by 8h plus 2h is nothing but u square by g into cos square theta plus sine square theta. Can I write like this? So this is going to be u square divided by g. But what is u square by g? This is the maximum. This is R max because R max is possible when the value of theta is 45 degrees. When theta is 45, you get u square sine 90 divided by g. That is u square by g. So we approved. So I hope you guys understood. Right? Clear? Who asked me this problem?
Atul, sir.
Right? Atula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So which one you people asked for? 11th, right? On 11th only.
None, sir.
Clear? Yes or no? I didn't get you. You told yeah or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's see the next one. Show that there are two angles of projection for which the horizontal range is same. This one I've already proved. Right? What are the two angles of projection? One is theta and the second is 90 minus theta. You can refer the class notes. Also show that the sum of the maximum heights for these two angles is independent of the angle of projection. Okay. So what are the two angles of projection? Theta and 90 minus theta. So if I call this as 1 and this as 2, height of the first object is u square sine square theta divided by 2g. H2 will be u square sine square of 90 minus theta divided by 2g. Right? So they're asking sum of the angles h1 plus h2 is what? That is nothing but u square by 2g into sine square theta plus what is sine 90 minus theta? That is cos. So cos square theta. What is the answer, guys? U square by 2g. So if you observe, this expression is independent of theta. not getting responses. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I people clear. Somebody asked me this problem. Are you guys clear with this? U square by 2g.
Yes, sir.
Right. So is the 12th one also a doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Show that there are two values of time for which the projectile is at the same height. Also show that the sum of the times is equal to the time of flight. See, this is a very simple one. See, I am approaching with logic first, okay? First, I'll approach with logic, then I'll go with the mathematical expression. So if I project a particle like this, so if I take this as theta, if this is y and this is time, okay? So where all do you find the y values to be the same? Where all do you find the y values to be the same? Logically, where should it be? One is at 0, 0, and the second should be at r, 0. Right? So
Yes,
what
sir.
are the two instances at which the height is the same? So if I ask you what is the height of the particle here?
0.
What is the height of it is 0. What is the height of the particle here? When it
0.
is at r? It is 0. So if I take this as T1 and this as T2, what is T1? T1 is 0 and T2 is capital T. So 0 plus capital T will be capital T. So only these are the two instances where the object will be at the. So these are two such instances. The other two instances that are possible are if I draw a horizontal line. Okay, did you guys understand? I proved one using logic. Now I'm going to go with the mathematical expression. So if I
Sir, actually your voice is breaking, sir. I'm not able to hear anything, sir.
So if I take this time as t, so if
Sir,
I
your
take
voice is breaking, sir.
Sir, it's breaking so much. Sir.
1 minute, wait. So listen, if I take this point as t1 comma y1, if I take this point as t2 comma y2, okay. Now what is the change I need to make in these two plots? What is the change I need to make, guys?
Height is same, sir.
Height is same. So I should not write it as y1 and y2. I will write it as y. So what is the question saying? There will be many such instances where the height of the particle is going to be the same. So you find such instances T1 and T2. And when you add T1 and T2, what is it you're supposed to get?
Time of flight.
What is the formula for time of flight? We should get 2u sine theta divided by g. Alright. So I'm changing this expression y and this also as y. Now tell me, this is u cos theta. This is u sine theta. So I'm applying s is equal to ut plus half at square along the y direction. Is this right? Any doubt to this step?
No, sir.
Okay. Now when I apply s is equal to ut plus half at square, can I write y is equal to u sine theta into t plus half into minus g into t square? Can I write it like this? Because acceleration along y direction is minus g. So this is a known factor. Right. Now I'm going to rearrange the equation. Observe 2y is equal to 2u sine theta into t 2u sine theta into t minus gt square. So gt square minus 2u sine theta into t plus 2y equal to 0. Is this right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the expression we got? So what expression is this? Is this not a quadratic equation in T? So what I'm going to do is let the 2 times where y is same be T1 and T2. Okay. So what is the sum of the roots from this T1 plus T2? So if you have ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, what is the sum of the roots? x1 plus x2 is equal to minus b by a. You know this formula?
Yes, sir.
Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. x1 plus x2 is equal to minus b by a. So t1 plus t2 is minus b is nothing but 2u sin theta divided by a is how much? Did we prove it? So t1 plus t2 will be equal to capital T. This is a good problem. So t1 plus t2 is equal to capital T. You can have it as a concept also in mind. Okay, you guys want time? You want time to copy, or shall we move on to the next one?
Sir, I need to copy, sir.
Yeah, do it first. Let me know once you're done.
Sir, can you scroll it down for a second?
This one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shall we move on?
1 minute, sir.
Yeah, make it. Right. So next problem is what? This is 12th one, right? What is the other problem you had doubt in? 13. Okay.
Done, sir. Thank you, sir.
So two projectiles are thrown with different velocities at different angles so that they cover the same maximum height. Show that the sum of the times taken by each to reach the maximum height is equal to the time taken by either of the projectiles. Okay, so what are they trying to say is, there is a projectile. There are two projectiles which are projected with what values? Different velocities and different angles also. So, right. So, solution, let the velocities be u1 comma u2 and angles be how much? Theta 1 comma theta 2. So, what is given in the question? h1 is equal to h2, which implies u1 square sine square theta 1 divided by 2g is equal to u2 square sine square theta 2 divided by 2g. So 2g and 2g will get cancelled. Taking square root on both the sides, u1 sine theta 1 will be equal to u2 sine theta 2. Is there any doubt to this step? Now they are saying, show that the sum of the times taken by each to reach the maximum height is equal to the time taken by either of the projectiles. Okay, so what do you mean by time taken by either of the projectile? It means their time of flight. So what will be the time taken for the particles to reach the maximum height? T1b, time taken by whom? Projectile 1 to reach maximum height. Okay, so what will be the value of T1, guys? Tell me. So the time of ascent is equal to time of descent. You guys know this concept, right?
Yes, sir.
So T1 will be u1 sine theta 1 divided by g, and T2 will be u2 sine theta 2 divided by g. Accepted? So show that the sum of these two times.
So G2 should come now, sir. G2 should come now, sir.
Why will G2 come? Acceleration due to gravity is same. No? Why will that change when it is the same planet? So T2 will be u2 sine theta 2 divided by g. So T1 plus T2 will be how much? u1 sine theta 1 plus u2 sine theta 2 the whole divided by g. But what can be replaced? u1 sine theta 1 can be replaced with u2 sine theta 2. So this can either be 2u2 sine theta 2 by g or 2u1 sine theta 1 divided by g. So what is 2u2 sine theta 2 divided by g? This is the time of flight of the second particle. This one will be the time of flight of the first particle. So these two values are nothing but the sum of the times taken by them to reach the maximum height. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'll do one thing. I'll send this document. If you don't have any conceptual doubt, I'll proceed to the next problem. I'll send this document. Don't worry about the answers. If something is not clear, let me know so that we can save time. Is there any conceptual doubt? Is everything clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next one. So what is the next one you had doubt in?
Actually, I have a doubt in 14. What is the answer actually, sir?
So there is a hunter aims his gun and fires a bullet directly at a monkey on the tree. At the instant the bullet hits the barrel, the monkey drops. Will the bullet hit the monkey? Substantiate your answer with proper reasoning. See, actually you cannot say anything.
Because there are so many unknowns, no, sir.
Yeah, there are so many. Yeah. So hunter aims and fires. So answer is half GT square. Substantiate your answer with proper reasoning. Okay. So let us take a scenario. This is a tricky problem. Observe. Okay. So there is a monkey which is jumping from here. Okay, which is dropping. Dropping means its initial velocity is 0. A hunter aims his gun and fires a bullet directly at the monkey on the tree. At the instant the bullet leaves the barrel of the gun, the monkey drops. So let's say the bullet is fired at this value at an angle theta. Let this be u cos theta and this be u sin theta. So when a particle is projected, the bullet will travel in what path? Will it go in a straight line path or will it go in a... So what will be the trajectory of this particle?
Straight, sir.
Straight lines.
So bullet, you think it will go like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, it will drop because of the gravity.
It will drop because of the gravity, because when a particle is projected at an angle theta with the horizontal, what did I tell you? The path is going to be a parabolic path. Actually, he's trying to hit at this point. Okay. So let's say the distance between the pointer, the hunter, and this is x. Okay. So the particle's actual path will be like this. It will go and hit somewhere over here. Let's say this is the point. Okay. So let this be x and this be y. Are you guys clear till this point? Why this is happening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So M stands for this monkey. This A is a point. Let's say B is another point on the ground. Now we need to analyze what is happening at time t. So tell me, after the monkey drops from the tree, in time t, distance traveled by it will be how much? Distance traveled by it will be
G.
no,
Maximum height.
will be s is equal to ut plus half at square. Applying s is equal to ut plus half at square in which direction?
Downward direction.
Downward direction.
In the downward direction. 1 minute. So when I apply it in the downward direction, s along y, u along y, a along y. So let's say this distance is y, guys. Okay. So if this distance is y, then y will be equal to uy is how much? It is uy is how much? With respect to monkey, what is the velocity with which it's dropping itself? 0.
Yes.
Because plus half into acceleration due to gravity is g. I took it as g because in this problem I'm taking everything in the downward direction as positive. So had I taken it as negative, then y should also be taken as negative because y is in downward direction. Are you guys able to understand? No confusion in sign convention, right? So I've taken downward direction to be positive. So y is equal to half gt square. So the distance traveled by the monkey in time t is half gt square. So let this be equation number 1. Okay. Now, what is the height above which the bullet is there? What is the height above which the bullet is present? I want to know what is this height. Let me call this as y dash. So how do I find that y dash? Tell me now. Can you guys tell me how to find that y dash? Applying s is equal to ut plus half at square along which direction? Applying s is equal to ut. Applying s is equal to ut plus half at square along y direction. So what is sy? Y dash. What is uy? For the projectile, what is uy, guys? We have applied it many times. It is u sin theta into t plus half into, what is the acceleration in this case? What is the acceleration the bullet is undergoing?
G.
It is minus gt square. Now tell me, why did I write minus? So I wanted to apply both the conditions in the same. So with respect, when I solved the problem with respect to monkey, what I did is I took the downward direction as negative. Okay. Whereas when I'm solving with respect to the bullet, I'm taking upward as positive and downward as negative. If I didn't take upward as positive, then I should have written here as minus y dash. I thought you'll ask me. I should have written this as y dash. I should have written u sine theta as minus u sine theta. Then g would have been positive. Are you guys able to understand? Is that concept clear?
Yes.
So y dash will be equal to u sine theta into t plus, minus half gt square. Okay, let this be equation number 2. Is this clear till this step? Is there any doubt? Is there any conceptual doubt that you have? Is there any doubt, guys? I want to know.
No, sir.
It's clear, right? So I'm solving the problem from two perspectives. What are the two objects that are present? One is the monkey and the second is the hunter's bullet. So I'm solving, first I solved from the monkey's perspective. I calculated how much distance it has traveled. Now I'm trying to calculate how is the bullet traveling. Okay. Similarly, if I want to know the value of x for x is horizontal distance, observe. If I want to find this distance x, can you tell me what equation should I apply? Apply s is equal to ut plus half at square along direction. X direction. Right. So displacement along x direction is x is equal to u cos theta into t plus half into what is the acceleration of projectile in x direction? This is also known. It is 0.
0.
So u cos theta into t accepted. So let this be 3. Right. Now observe one thing. See, y dash, I have a value. Y dash is u sine theta into t minus half gt square. So let me draw a diagram like this. So this is x, this is y dash, and this is y. Now, how much is this total distance going to be in terms of x? See, how much is this total distance going to be in terms of x? If I take this as capital Y, then what is capital Y divided by x? Where did I have the page? See, if you're able to understand, let me know if you're able to understand, or else I will explain it. Okay. So what is capital Y divided by x? That's what I'm asking.
Y dash by x.
1 minute. Here, tell me, y by x is equal to how much? Tan theta, which implies capital Y is equal to x tan theta. Accepted. But what is capital Y equal to? Small y plus y dash is equal to x tan theta. Right. So what is the value of x guys? So x is nothing
U
but
cos theta.
u cos theta into t. So u cos theta into t into tan theta. So this will be u sin theta into t. Okay. So y plus, what is the value of y dash? That is u sin theta into t minus half gt square. Accepted. U sin theta into t minus half gt square. What will get cancelled? Is equal to this thing. So u sin theta into t will get cancelled. Y will be equal to half gt square. So what is that you're able to conclude from this? Means The distance that the monkey is traveling is independent of what? Is independent of theta. Since it is independent of theta, at whatever angle and whatever velocity the bullet is projected, it will definitely hit the monkey. Okay, there is a slightly lengthy problem. But are you guys clear with the concept, what I did?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'm proceeding to the next one because I'll be sharing the sheet with you. So is it a 15th one also a problem? Is the 15th one also 15th one everybody got? Did anyone everyone got it, right?
Yes,
Okay. So this is all about projectile. Now we will do some problems which are based on uniform circular motion. Okay, these are all simple problems only, direct formula please. So you guys remember the concept yesterday, right? Angular displacement is S divided by R. Angular velocity is theta divided by T. Omega is 2 pi by T, which is 2 pi into, this is a symbol for nu, or you can remember it as 2 pi into F also. Similarly, linear velocity is R omega, centripetal acceleration is V square by R or R omega square. There is a mistake here. It is R omega square. And linear acceleration is A is equal to R alpha. Okay, these are all the formula that we are going to use. Here, remember, theta should be measured in terms of radian. It should not be measured in terms of degree. Okay. So let's hold the first problem. Let's start with the second problem. Calculate the angular speed of the flywheel making 420 revolutions per minute. So what is given to us? Revolutions per minute is what?
Time period.
2 pi.
No. Revolutions per minute or revolutions per second is the frequency. Okay. So frequency is given as what? 420 revolutions per minute. But you always need the frequency in terms of second. Okay. Observe what I'm going to do. 420 revolutions per 1 minute is 60 seconds, right? So this and this will get cancelled, 7. So it will be 7 revolutions per second. So frequency is 7 revolutions per second. Is there any doubt in this? Now they are asking what is the angular speed? Angular speed is equal to 2 pi into F. So 2 pi into F is 6.28 into 7. 2 into pi is 6.28 into 7 radians per second. If you multiply the 6.28 and 7, you will get it somewhere around 44. So it is approximately 44 radians per second. This is an easy problem, right? So just one step, you will get the answer. This is clear, guys. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
So I'm proceeding to the next one. Now look at this. There is an object of mass 10 kilogram which is revolving in a circle of diameter 0.4 meters. So the radius is going to be 0.2 meter. Makes 1000 revolutions per minute. What have they given? 1000. They have given you the frequency. Frequency is 1000 revolutions per minute, but you should convert it to second. So this and this will get cancelled. It will be 50 by 3 revolutions per second. Right. Calculate its linear velocity and centripetal acceleration. So how do you calculate linear velocity? In this question, the unwanted data is mass. Okay, they are given only to confuse you. It is not needed at all. Right, what is the formula for linear velocity? Linear velocity is equal to R into
R
omega.
omega.
So R is given as 0.2. Omega, can I write it as 2 pi into f, guys? So it will be 0.4 into pi into what is the value of frequency? It is 50 by 3. What will be the unit? Linear velocity is measured in meter per second. Because you have converted everything in terms of meter. So this is in terms of meter, this is in terms of seconds. So it will be meter per second. Am I clear? So solve this, you will get the answer. So once you find the linear velocity, how do you find the centripetal acceleration? What is the formula for centripetal acceleration? It is v square divided by r. So v is r square omega square divided. So we would have got the answer from above step now. Let's say it is coming out to be, this value is v, then v square divided by r is 0.2. Those many meter per second square. I hope it is clear. So calculation part, I'm leaving it to you. Is this clear? Why is there no response?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shall I proceed to the next
Yes,
one?
sir.
Shall I proceed to the next one? I'll share this document also with you, don't worry. Okay. Now, you guys try this one. Tell me how to do. I'll give you 2 minutes time. You can try it. The question is, find the magnitude of the centripetal acceleration of a particle on the tip of a fan blade, which is 0.3 meter in diameter, rotating at 1200 revolutions per minute. So first collect all the data, then apply the formula, you will get the answer. So they're asking what is the magnitude of centripetal acceleration. So tell me how to solve. So frequency is 1200 revolutions per minute. So this will be converted to 1200 revolutions per 60 second.
20 revolutions.
That will be 20 revolutions per second. So omega will be equal to 2 pi into f. So that will be 6.28 into 20. So those many radians per second. Correct? So what are they asking? Centripetal acceleration is equal to r into omega square. R is given as 0.15 into omega square is 6.28 into 20 the whole square. Those many meter per second square will give you the answer. So that should come out close to 2368.8 meter per second square. So this problem we did yesterday. There is an insect trapped in a circular groove of radius 12 centimeter. We did it yesterday. Now, let's do the sixth one. So the radius of the Earth's orbit around the sun is 15 into 10 power 11 meters. So what have they given you? Calculate the angular and linear velocity of the Earth. Through how much angle does the Earth revolve in 2 days? So how to solve? Calculate the angular and linear velocity of the Earth. So linear angular velocity is one minute. Calculate the linear. Okay. So for you to calculate the angular velocity, what do you need? So what is the angular velocity? Omega is equal to 2 pi by t, or you can write it as 2 pi f also. No? Are you guys able to understand? So 2 pi divided by what is going to be the time period of Earth? So what is the time period of revolution of Earth? It is 365 days. Okay. So 2 pi divided by 365 into 1 day is how many hours? 24 hours. 1 hour is how many minutes? 60 minutes. Into 1 minute is 60 seconds. Okay. So these many radians per second will give you the value of omega. Once you get the value of omega, you multiply these two, you will get the linear velocity. Okay. Through how much angle does the Earth revolve in 2 days? So how much will it revolve? In 365 days, it is revolving an angle of 2 pi radians. In 2 days, how much will it revolve? It will be 2 divided by 365 into 2 pi. So these many radians will be the answer. Okay. Are you guys able to understand? So these many radians will be the required answer. Okay. So with this, we'll end the session. Just wait for a minute. I'll take attendance and then you can leave.